like Gmail, like it's just get staff. Howdy. I think we're in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the id group. Oh.
We're at quorum level though.
Yeah, she's keeping Nancy.
And Jackie's right here.
Here I am,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
feeling all that great this afternoon, so decided to do this by Zoom.
Hitting me the owl. It is not connecting. It's not the fancy new one. You guys are. There we go. Push back. But it isn't just up on
Oh, that's probably because I was pushing buttons when I slid it.
there. No, I hear one too. Oh, sorry, Jackie. Hold on. We can't hear you. There we go. Good.
Can you hear me now?
What's that?
The zipper something.
Oh, your zipper stuff? Oh, no. Very inconvenient to cut you out of it. Yeah, it's.
Do you mind sharing the, or do you have the agenda? Yeah, do you mind? Do you have the
Oh,
agenda
I'll
to
try
share?
to find it.
It's just that if I'm gonna take notes, maybe you can manage the meeting.
How did it
There we go. Well, you want me to just take notes?
Well, I just started the document, so I'll do.
Yeah. Which email is that in?
Oh, actually, okay. Scott's gonna share it.
Oh. that's
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
Okay, so we are missing Nancy, Victoria. mm, Jackie.
All right. Here we are. So what, we start with invitation for public comment?
Mhm.
Public?
No.
Okay,
Okay,
so go to the meeting minutes, January 28th. I don't have any changes.
I'm okay. Nor do I.
Okay. Got a motion to approve?
So
Victor?
first. Who you wanna do first and second?
Sure, second.
Oh,
You bet, second.
okay.
All in favor?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, all of us. So, the next item is, consideration of a letter for supporting LD 29.
Yes.
You're gonna kind of,
Do you want to, can you click on the link for the share by chance, Scott?
Oh, we're protected view. That's what I did.
Okay, great, thank you. So I drafted this and it is almost, identical to what we wrote for the bike ped
right?
letter of support because this is an action item that showed up in our in the voting at our public meeting. It's something that will help people get around without gas emissions, which is our number one
Yeah.
concern. And LD 29 is being heard on March 4th, so if we approve this tonight, I can submit it on our behalf. So
Oh, I could,
open to comments.
do you have any thoughts, Victor?
Yeah, sorry, I
just rereading it to be sure that, somebody made a comment about another letter recently that. Seeing if that comment is, would alter this. Yeah,
Hmm.
great, I think it's fine.
Yeah,
Well,
Do we want to vote on that?
yeah, I think we do.
Okay.
Motion to approve this, sending the letter? You bet.
Okay, I'll second.
All in favor?
I,
We're on. Now, I guess we can, discuss the, comments, public comments, and if we want to make any changes.
yeah, that's better.
Where? Where are these comments?
Jackie, do
Okay.
you mind sharing, could you share your screen perhaps with your emails?
Let me see. I'm not sure. I copied and pasted those into the emails to all of you. The question is where I stored them after that. Hold on a second while I figure this out. Should have printed them separately. I'm always being careful not to print things consequently. When I'm on like this, I can't find anything. Okay, hold on. All right. I usually save everything, so. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't the one. All right, hold on. I've just found,
Oh, okay, I found one.
I've got the second one. And except that I can't. Sorry, I know what I'm doing, sort of. Okay, not that one. I'm using a new laptop and I'm having trouble. Hold on a second, I'm almost there. Okay, let's talk about the one that came in second, because I've got that one right up right now. And this is the one that Victor responded to. And Victor, I really liked what you wanted to add to the plan based on it. Basically the person thanked us for the hard work and so forth, and then had a few questions saying that the current administration funding may be a problem, and it may be important to prioritize the most important actions to take. And that person felt that shoring up the vulnerable infrastructure would be the first and most important step. Then talked about taxes, how the plan would affect our taxes, prioritizing the most important actions and minimizing tax increases would be an important step. Likes the collaboration between town committees. Also wanted to know about the plans for the solar farm off the Middlesex Road.
Yeah.
And how important community education is, and I double vote on that one.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of our strategies for implementation.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah.
Okay, that's that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we know anything at all about what's going on with the solar farm.
Yeah,
I mean, it's approved, they're up and running as far as I know, I don't know, I mean, they'd have to ask, first, next stamp.
Next amp, yeah.
What's going on, it's a private operation, so, anyway, um. Yeah, I don't know what else, I mean. Other than that question about funding.
Right.
And what it's gonna, mean for the town, which we could address in great and glory detail, but I thought maybe putting it up front would be helpful.
Mhm.
And what did I say? And anybody's welcome to edit this, but I just said, taking action now to mitigate the harm and reduce vulnerabilities will minimize the impacts of climate change, thus reducing financial burden on taxpayers in the future. Which,
Yay.
Yeah, I think that's really a good heavy half of it. But
yeah,
the other half of
Yeah.
it is that, and we should probably say something about, many, if not most, switchovers to renewables
save money, yeah.
actually
Yeah.
are makers or
Yeah,
save money.
I was trying to.
So that,
Yeah.
I mean, back to the part that what we've delivered to the town has saved the town money, not cost the town money.
Yeah,
And
Right.
so, we can confidently say that the next thing that we tackle is not gonna cost money either.
yeah, I started this by saying, taking action to mitigate harm and reduce our energy use. Et cetera, and I don't know, I mean, I could do that. We could put that in here, or we can make I was trying to make it in one little
Yeah.
tiny sentence, but maybe more. I was envisioning it so that Josh didn't have to redo the whole page. So, but
If
anyway,
you wanna do a whole new page, that's also
Yeah.
easy.
yeah, I don't know if we want to spend that much time on this, but anyway, yeah, maybe we could fit another sentence in there that just says,
Switching to renewables has proven to be
cost effective,
cost effective,
yeah.
Right.
and should save the town money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with that, adding that too.
Okay, so you said switching to renewables has been proven to be
Cost effective.
cost effective in saving the town money.
Or just has been proven to save the town money.
Or,
I don't know about,
Oh, yeah, no,
yeah, whatever.
Okay, so where exactly, so not only are we responding to this comment, we're also trying to find a place in the document
Right.
to write this sentence in.
Yeah, there was mentioned in that page, the end of page 6, it says, by taking action now, Topsham aims to reduce emissions, build climate resilience, and ensure sustainable future for the community. So I was adding to that,
yes,
page
that's
six.
the right place to put
Yeah.
it.
bottom of page 6. It seemed like the best, I mean, it's up front. The best
Yep.
place up front to put it, I mean, I could bury it in the document, but
Okay,
nobody will ever see
well,
it.
I need to write this down very specifically for these staff, so it's on. Add on bottom of page 6, switching to renewables has been proven to save the town money.
Yeah,
And is there a certain section that's on page 6, like a header or anything
Implementation.
that you need to know?
implementation and next steps.
Under implementation.
Would it be all right to, instead of saying saving this town or the town money that has been proven to save municipalities in general? Because it isn't just Topsham, everywhere, every time steps like this are taken. Yes, they sometimes cost money up front, but they always save money.
Municipalities and residents' money.
Yep. Yes, that's, yeah,
And you could even say municipalities, businesses and residences. because
Okay.
That's also very
Municipalities,
true.
businesses.
Yeah.
Just get it all.
right. And I think these are very important words because that is, it's such on top of everybody's mind. I mean, just taxes are a big issue. But so many times, lots of our taxes are really high now because we didn't do the right things earlier on when it would have cost less. But we can't get that particular.
On that.
I keep thinking about that bridge.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind too.
Oh, my God, poster child.
Yeah. Factor of 4.
Oh, just,
But that was an unlucky circumstance.
well, I mean, if just the bridge had been maintained from the get-go, wouldn't have had to have been replaced.
And actually, that's not true.
Really?
Steel only lasts so long.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's dying no matter what.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no way to maintain a steel bridge forever.
Mhm. Okay. I
It's just-
like the last poster that the Friends of the Bridge put up saying, just paint it. I love
Yeah.
that one.
They
There's,
don't ask about fatigue and steel, which is something I studied.
or oxidation or any of
Well,
those.
actually, yeah, oxidation isn't the biggest problem, it's the fatigue.
Yeah,
And actually, it's a micro cracks that actually, you put the right stress on and they become a major crack.
Mm,
And, it's harder to see with this oxidation, but
yeah,
it,
Yeah.
it has a finite life.
yeah,
And,
like
so-
the rest of us, right?
yeah, exactly. So,
Okay, when we have finished with
yeah, let's go.
with those comments, I have managed to find the other comments that can read them to you. So
I guess I have a question about how we're getting back to these people. Is this like an email we're sending back to them with our,
I don't know, you guys didn't
Responses.
discuss how you wanna do that, so it would probably be something that you would wanna choose how you would wanna do it, and we can discuss that.
We could just say, yeah,
I think it would be good for the two people who commented to know that we heard and, took those comments into consideration.
You
Just-
could,
I think
once
we
you
could
have,
just-
so you have to have your next draft ready by next Wednesday to send to the select board, so you could, as the chairs send comments at that point and say, this is the draft that went to the select board, this is where we incorporated your comments.
Mhm,
might be a good idea, yeah,
yeah.
with this one for sure. I mean,
Or,
this is-
or even just a simple email back to them saying, we received your comments and they have been considered and the draft will be presented to the select board. I don't know if you need to send them the whole document again.
Like,
I
you could
would-
send a link to the select board.
Yeah.
meeting,
Oh,
see if
true,
you-
true.
just,
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just thanking them for their
Yeah,
thought.
yeah,
We've done our best to incorporate these. We can, draft the next letter.
yeah.
Jackie, would you mind drafting just
I'd be happy to draft that.
okay. And then,
And as always, I will send it to you before it goes. Well, you'll be sending it out anyway, right?
yeah, well, me or Nick will send it out.
Yeah,
first. Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Was there anything else in that one that,
Well, the thing about community education, it's a good comment, things that we as individual citizens can do. But I think we kind of addressed that in the matrix.
yeah,
Mhm.
And it certainly is. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's gonna be a continuing part of the work plan.
Right.
Part of our charter, if we
Assuming we still have one.
get approved for a new charter after this. Um. Yeah. So do you want to look at the other ones down, or is
I have it up.
that enough on that?
I do apologize, I didn't print those ones, I printed those ones since they came in late and I wasn't sure if everyone would get
Yeah.
a chance to
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah,
We can. If Jackie has them up, you could share your screen, Jackie.
Oh, okay, how do I do that?
There's a green button at the bottom of the Zoom screen and you can hit that.
so, yeah, it's got a little black arrow pointing up.
Well, got so much on my, let me get rid of that.
It would be like right next to raise hand and chat and
Oh, I know why I'm not seeing it, because I don't have it on full screen again. And how, oh, I didn't have it. I had the document out. But okay, share.
Well, I mean,
I see, oh, I see it. I got it. Okay, now. But I don't know what to do.
It'll show you all of your windows. And just pick one.
Yeah, oh, mail unknown, maybe that's it. Nope, it won't do it. Now, I can go,
Well-
just read it to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't we just, there's really kind of three things in here that we can do
Right.
something with.
Right. And this person offered several minor editing suggestions and specifically named where. So first thing she said was, she said the strategy area A, embrace the future of transportation. She said that she's glad this is prominently listed first, since the GHG emissions inventory shows transportation as the biggest contributor to greenhouse gas. The minor editing suggestions in strategy area B, modernize Maine buildings. This heading is strange because to me it suggests that Topsham is responsible to modernize all of Maine's buildings. Shouldn't it say modernize Topsham's buildings? And I think she's right. We basically were using the Maine won't wait
Yeah, yeah.
strategy and needed to put that into
Yeah.
our area. So I would definitely say that.
I like that.
Yeah, I agree.
And then strategy area C, shouldn't the second to last item say find a feasibility, fund, I think she meant fund feasibility study to lease land to a solar installer. It's missing the word solar.
Oh, yeah,
It
Okay,
just says lease land to an
yeah,
installer.
right.
So I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
clear that that's what we're thinking. It's not gonna be wind, it's not gonna be a hydrogen plant. or-
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So it should say find a feasible
Fun,
Fund,
It's fund,
yeah, I think it already says fund a feasibility study,
but
but
now it says
just
fund.
to add.
Add the
solar
word solar in
Before.
front of installer.
Well, fund a solar feasibility study. Cause it
Fund.
says find,
Right, yeah.
yeah, so
that
there's
was a
two changes.
Typo. No, she
Okay,
said-
let me read it the way where I think she intended it to read. Fund a feasibility study to lease land to a solar installer. So you just add the word solar in front of installer.
Yeah, it already,
That's on the matrix, so
So it
Yep.
isn't find, it's fund.
it's fun to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
it says fund a feasibility study to lease land to an installer, so to a solar
A
installer.
solar installer, right?
I will also note for the matrix, Josh has just been taking whatever we've gotten from you guys and like inserting it in, so if you guys can change the matrix to have it look
Oh,
however you want.
oh.
And send that to him, that one's just like an insertion, the same way he did the appendices
Oh,
for
okay.
everyone else.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
doesn't sound like you're doing a lot of changes, it doesn't seem like something you can't do, but just letting you know that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay, then the last comment is this. She came away from the February 4th public meeting with this idea that the town manager mentioned that the town's solar credits from the PPA exceed the electricity usage of the town now that all the streetlights have been changed to LED. He expressed concern at the credits getting stranded and there wouldn't be anything to gain from any further electricity usage reductions. This was presented as a problem, but could instead be viewed as an opportunity. This is a great opportunity to pursue the conversion of the municipal building's heat source from natural gas to beneficial electrification, thus reducing expenditure on natural gas, as well as moving towards accomplishing the goals of the Climate Action Plan. Potentially a big win-win situation. I don't think she's suggesting changing any of the wording. This is just something to keep in mind. At least that's how I'm reading it.
Yeah,
We're aware.
yeah, yeah, I couldn't think of a place necessarily that,
Right,
I don't think it's a thing to insert, but
right.
this goes back to, an energy audit or analysis of, how the buildings are being run and looking for opportunities, and
Yeah.
if there's a way to switch natural gas to electricity, that'll be, that'll be in the headlines
yeah,
of the audit.
yeah.
Mm.
So I think we've covered in the matrix.
I think,
That's gonna get exposed immediately.
yeah, I think, if I were writing back to her, or them, I'm not sure who it is, I would say that's a very good idea. And especially because that we end up using, 1/3 as much energy, for the heat pump that we do.
Right.
So,
Yeah, right. I mean, right now we have a mystery. We don't know how much how many credits are stranded right now.
yeah, that's true too.
So we don't know what the potential to use those credits.
And the
They
other
have
thing,
to be paid for anyway. It's a contract, so it has to be paid for.
yeah, and I don't know what our, we must have gotten another, contract with, some electric supplier.
Yeah, the big,
Can't remember who it was now.
big cheese.
Constellation
Yeah,
Energy, I think it was Constellation
yeah.
Energy. So I don't know what the rate is now for that, so. If we end up using a lot more power, then, then we may end up, so anyway, yeah, somebody needs to look at that.
Yeah.
That needs to be studied, just to figure out whether that's gonna make sense, but.
Yeah, I guess I philosophically, I have a big problem with how the town manager even expressed that you can have, I mean, it's good to use less energy, no matter what. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just, it does get to the point where, we're paying for it whether we use it or not, kind of thing.
okay,
So
okay,
that's,
this is one of the things that I think I don't understand well, so at some point, if I could get a tutelage.
yeah, well, it's actually pretty simple. We purchased X number of kilowatts of power from, or X number percentage of solar farm. And so we pay for that energy regardless of whether we actually use it or not. We get credits for all that, but we may end up, if we end up buying more than we actually use, the credits are stranded because of the net energy billing. So
Okay,
have to use them within 1 year or else they're gone.
right,
And so that's the issue. We want to match what we buy with what we use. If we can.
right, so,
Or, even if we use a little more, it's not a big deal because we'll pay for that extra, we'll pay a little bit more than we are for the solar, but, anyway, in most
Yeah,
cases, a heat
Yeah.
pump or something like that, because it uses so much less energy,
mm,
it's not, the extra energy we'd use would not be substantial, so, but anyway.
But
Okay.
we have,
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's complicated, so that's why I think,
Yeah, yeah,
I think it needs to be studied. So, but yes,
and where does one get that information?
well, actually, an auditor will go through and get all the information together and then do the math. It's actually not that complicated, but it's just a matter of collecting all the information. They'll look at what systems we have now, what their efficiency is, how much gas we use,
Yeah,
what our air conditioning systems are, how old they are, how
Right.
efficient they are. generally the air conditioning systems, unless they're brand new, are less efficient than a heat pump. So then, so how much are we gonna save in cooling? How much are we gonna save by not, using as much gas?
Right.
And then, figure out the return on investment. What's it gonna cost to install?
Right. Now,
And
is that,
actually, even more complicated is question of how big a system. Cause you could buy a system that covers all of your energy needs, all of your
Right.
heat needs, but it may be, but we already have a gas system that works. So it makes sense to do something that covers 80%. It's a lot less expensive, but then, somebody's got to, it's basically a curve. And so you got to figure out
Yeah,
where the
right.
the minimum is.
the curves?
Yeah, and so,
Yeah. Yeah, and is this audit something that is planned to happen?
it's in our matrix.
It's in the matrix, it's,
Okay,
I don't know if it's planned, but it's definitely something we go out.
it's not on the docket yet.
Yeah,
okay. Seems like it would be a very important thing.
yeah, I
So
don't,
that
yeah,
we know what are the things to do so that we aren't giving away energy credits and using less natural gas.
yeah. And it may not be this building, there might be another that might make sense. Yeah, I
Sure.
don't know what the library, situation is or so. So anyway, that's the reason why,
Okay, well, thank you.
yeah. If I had more time, I could.
Well,
fix these things, but-
more time and a glass of beer, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what we have for,
Yep, those are the comments.
Yeah, it was, oh, let's see. Oh, that was the last one, okay.
the next thing.
Yeah,
Agenda item.
agenda. Sorry, I'm just doing.
I think it's just discussing if there's anything else we wanted to change on the plan.
No, it's about
Question the
discussion.
presentation to.
Oh, on the
draft
presentation,
is like-
right, right.
So. I don't know, I sent the email to, the chair and told him that we'd like to be placed on it and that the draft will be forthcoming. I haven't heard anything. Yeah, it's fine. So, are folks still willing to do their part again if they would like to have the presentation? Cause I offered the presentation up as well. Or if they just wanna ask questions, then they could do it that way, but.
The presentation we gave it,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, you ask the select board members. They want to see that presentation again, or?
Well, I think that they're gonna have, the chair's probably gonna have to figure out how much time is allotted to all the
Yeah.
things that he might have up there,
I
so
think
I'm
he
just
was-
saying it's out there, so
Yeah.
you guys should be prepared in case.
He was at the meeting,
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that it's questions more
yeah,
than
I would assume
redoing the presentation.
that my thought was that there would be a presentation of just like the highlights of certain things. And then a bunch of questions.
so maybe if we shorten that, presentation a little bit, and just hit maybe, concentrate on the action items and.
Right, absolutely. I would assume that the
Okay.
select board
So-
knows pretty much what's gone on behind.
Yeah,
The things that I find a little disappointing about the plan is that there's far fewer pages spent on what's coming next than there are on what happened before. It felt like that ought to be almost a separate report, but what we think needs to be concentrated on next, that to me seems the most important thing.
and actually, I guess, a link to the plan would probably be in the select board packet, right? So.
Yeah,
I think so. You guys posted on your website, right?
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
website, yeah.
So.
yeah, but the
currently
final draft,
The draft is available on the website.
Okay.
When you guys get your edits and we make those changes, it'll go to the town manager's office next Wednesday and they'll upload it.
Yep.
Okay,
To where the select board meeting stuff goes.
okay.
Yeah, we don't get information for a select board meeting until the previous Wednesday. That gives us about a week to go
Go
over all
through it.
of the stuff, so you'll have to submit it to the town, they'll officially then go on the agenda. I think we already were aware of it being on the agenda for that time, but at that time, then he'll upload it to the select board webpage as part of the
Oh,
agenda.
okay, yeah,
And this way, whoever's looking at the agenda from the select board can
Yeah.
view it at that time.
And I know for other instances where you guys have had slideshows, usually ask those to be posted then too.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so we gotta
We
do
need
that.
Do the
By
whole
Wednesday.
presentation then, and
Yeah.
then,
You just would need to have the slides ready for posting that Wednesday prior.
Next
Yes.
Wednesday, right? Yeah, okay.
So how many minutes do you think the presentation should be in? 5, 10?
I mean, I don't know, that's how we took like 20 or something like,
easy, yeah.
yeah, so. Yeah,
I think it would be prudent to go over the big facts. It's a different audience. So the same stuff that you went over during the energy workshops that we went through. The audience there may be different than the audience that views the select board videos as well, so it might be prudent just to go through the main topics at least. So the audience can understand exactly what we're talking about.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so,
Main topics.
yeah,
Okay.
well, I'm looking at the plan actually, but, we could hit
Just the
on.
matrix or the entire process?
Well, I was thinking what we could do is just hit on what was done for the plan, so the vulnerability assessments. Just capture, don't go into the details, just capture the essence, we did these vulnerability assessments.
Yeah, because you guys have presented on all that stuff in the past anyway.
Yeah,
So that I mean, most people are aware of that anyway, but that's kind of, I guess what I'm saying, main topics, I guess that's what I'm getting at, is all the milestones that you guys have done throughout this whole process should definitely be highlighted.
okay,
Because it is work that you guys have done.
Yeah.
And then the
And-
main topics of the spreadsheet that you guys have, when I was considering like A, B, C, D, whatever those are, is the
Yes.
main.
yeah, okay,
Because there's a few of those, I think it would take quite a while to go through every action item.
Right, right.
And it's
Yeah.
it'll generate a lot of questions and it would just take, it'll be a long process.
yeah,
Yeah, and it seems like that's gonna be more in the public workshop that follows, right? Cause I think there's supposed to be after, if you guys approve, to take the next step, then there's a public workshop, right?
Public comment period.
Comment.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not a direct,
It's not a public hearing?
a public hearing.
Oh, so, yeah, okay, yeah.
so it is a
Public hearing,
a
yeah,
hearing, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's just the opening of the gavel to the public during the meeting beforehand.
Right.
I think it has to be a meeting before.
Do we have to present there too, the same kind of thing?
No, I think the public hearing is the comments being made on the stuff that they've had time to look over. So let's say it's approved at the select board meeting and the decision was to put it to that public hearing. We would have to notify the town with ample notice that there's a public hearing, and then once that time period is ended, we can put it on the agenda for the select board, usually the next select board meeting or the meeting after. And then the public hearing would happen at that point to listen to everybody's feedback and comments that want to speak on the topic. Typically don't get a lot of people at those,
yeah,
unless it's a hot button topic,
Right,
then you get
right,
a lot of
right.
people to come out.
yeah, we'll know then.
Yeah, we can find out.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, so I guess
So we'll hit the high points of the matrix.
high points of the matrix and just the, high points of the, the
Milestone.
milestones of the process,
Make it
And,
more like 5 to 10 minutes.
yeah,
No presentation for public hearing. Reminder that the select board meeting is Thursday, March 6th at
6:30.
6:30. And when is it's the third week of March could possibly have the hearing, which would be helpful, because that would be before our next meeting, and at that time, we'll know about wrangling some more opportunities to get folks engaged
yeah,
on that,
yeah,
so we can talk about that for the next agenda.
And then it's, the town meeting was scheduled for May of this year, right, again?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's always May town meeting.
well, except.
Except for special town meetings.
Well, or in case of COVID or some other. event,
I don't think the pneumonia's pandemic is at that point,
Yeah,
it's May something. We'll check.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure we won't have another, we will have the March meeting and we'll have the April meeting and then,
and then the.
yeah, unless
yeah.
we change our meetings
Yeah.
or need more time. But I think we could probably come up with a good roster of things to do,
In those, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
at our next meeting, if all is going well.
May 28th.
Oh. It's late.
It's late, yep.
Well, then maybe we would have a meeting, but it'd be like break off.
Maybe right before it, so yeah,
I don't know, we could, yeah, we could still.
yeah, the day before.
Yeah, the day before.
Rally and drink beer. No.
Yeah,
Okay,
our April meeting is on Earth Day.
oh, that's excellent. Sky didn't have any staff updates, I forgot to put that on here, but
I don't think so, no. Just, get us the stuff to go in there as finalized
Get us
as you
the
can.
stuff.
No, just as
Yeah.
finalized as you possibly can, just cause he'll have a quick turnaround on that. He's got stuff that's got other things he does.
Yeah,
sounds pretty straightforward what we've got to send.
Yeah.
That it? Second public comment?
public.
I'm good, thank you, sorry. I'm sorry dealing with other things.
That's okay. No,
Didn't
no.
mean to be distracted.
Motion.
Well, I guess, do we have a motion to adjourn?
First.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
second. All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Okay.
excellent.
Well, quickest meeting ever.